Welcome back to Halftime at Hodges, folks, and we have a very special guest with us today, LSU freshman wideout, Mr. Malachi Dupre. How you doing today, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's start off with this. We actually played football together growing up in New Orleans at Joe Brown Park. Shout out to Joe Brown. And you would put your shoes on the wrong foot, wear your jersey backwards. You would really get on all of our nerves. So describe being a young man in New Orleans and your transition to be one of the best young players in college today.
Well, it was a rough transition, but I'm blessed and I was able to do it, and I'm very happy to be where I am now. I came a long way.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, talk about the nerves of being a freshman. I mean, my first day of class, I was scared to go to class. I mean, you got to go out into Tiger Stadium.
Right.
Talk about that.
Well, all summer I was preparing for my first game, and it would have been in Houston at an NFL stadium. So I was thinking, man, I need to prepare myself. And I was thinking, I would be very nervous. But, I got hurt during camp, and I wasn't even able to play my first game with the team in Houston. So, my next thought was try and get ready for the first game back in Tiger Stadium. And I was able to get well and play in that game. And I scored a touchdown in that game. And I was very nervous, but, once the first snap happened, it was all good after that.
Yeah. I mean, today being National Signing Day, a lot of incoming recruits, freshmen next season. What advice could you give to them?
Just enjoy the last few months of high school that you can, because once you get to college, it's going to be a big transition. But if they made it this far and come into a big program like LSU or anywhere else that is respectable in college football, then you definitely will make the transition smoothly, because you obviously worked hard to get to that point. So, just enjoy your last few months of high school and just be ready for college, and it'll be all good.
Well, speaking of college, you were the #1 ranked wide receiver coming out of high school in the nation. So with that being said, I know you had a lot of big schools looking at you. Why did you choose LSU?
Well, it's home, but that really wasn't a big factor to me. At the end, it was either going to be UCLA here or Florida State. And then I looked at things. I had Odell and Jarvis on my ear a bunch. I'm really close with Odell, and I don't know. It just at the end, I just felt it was right to stay home. I got a real good relationship with the coaches here, and just felt it was right to stay home and play for the state.
Okay, now speaking of that, I know you have a good relationship with Rookie of the Year in the NFL, Odell. Talk about some of the advice that he gives you on a day-to-day basis.
Right. After every game this year, he'll text me and tell me what he thought I did right or wrong. Growing up, he went to Newman in New Orleans, and I went to John Curtis, and we were in the same district, and he was a senior, and I was a freshman, and we played varsity sports against each other then, and that's when our relationship started to form. Then I know he was going to play football at LSU. Then it was still a dream of mine to get a college scholarship, and I didn't know which sport I would play in college either at the time. Just was trying to work hard and whatever I can do. And he started then just telling me things that he felt I can work on, and to this very day he still does, and he's in my ear all the time telling me what I can do better on and off the field.
Not only Odell Beckham, but you got Jarvis Landry, Dwayne Bowe, Brandon LaFell just won a Super Bowl. What does that say about LSU that there's so much success in the NFL? Right.
Well, you just named a bunch of great receivers that's playing in the NFL right now, and Jarvis and Odell were here last year, and they had very great rookie seasons. And B. LaFell, he just won a Super Bowl for the Patriots. He scored a touchdown in that game, and he did really well. I guess that just speaks volumes about the school and the coaching staff, and how they just produce the receivers. And I don't know. I guess it's the place to be for them.
Definitely. Now, being a great receiver in the collegiate ranks, I know you watch a lot of NFL football. Right. So who is that one NFL receiver that you kind of pattern your own game around in the NFL right now?
Probably A.J. Green, because he was a great college receiver, and he had an impact early at Georgia at his college. And we have kind of the same frame. He's kind of long and skinny, and just been very productive in the NFL. So, and if I can just model my game after him and just be productive as he was, then I guess I'll be successful.
Definitely, that's another SEC guy, definitely.
Yeah, and being National Signing Day, I want to ask you a little bit about, I don't know if you got a chance to look at some of the recruits. Some of them have come out of New Orleans, receiver Tyrone Johnson, Jazz Ferguson. Has there been any names that have stuck out to you that you're like, okay, this guy, he could be good?
Right, well, I'm ready to get to work with Tyron. as soon as he gets in, and because he's from New Orleans, and you know he also is a guy that was rated very high at the receiver position, like I was. And you know, I'm anxious to get to work with him because I know I can help him out with his transition. Because you know, guys like Traven and John Dior's, they helped me when I got in. So I'm looking forward to be that guy for him. But I know he'll make a great transition. And he had a great high school career at Warren Easton. And I know I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah. Real quick before we let you go, I was perusing through your Instagram and I came across these dunks. You in high school. I mean, I guess this is at John Curtis, the old gym. Did you pick the right sport, Malachi? I mean, Johnny Jones may be calling you pretty soon. What I mean?
Well, like I said, you know, all the way through, like probably to my junior year, I didn't know which sport I was going to play in college, whether it was track, basketball, football. You know, I was fortunate enough to be able to choose any sport I wanted to that I participated in. And, you know, I ended up being the #1 receiver in the country in football, so obviously that was the route I was going to take.
Right.
But a lot of colleges offered me the opportunity to play football and basketball and football and track at a lot of schools. So, you know, I guess I'm content with my decision to play football right now. It's busy enough to maintain that. So I guess 2 sports would be hard to juggle, but, you know, like I said, I was just blessed with that opportunity. But basketball is fun, and I also enjoy playing basketball.
Yeah. Well, we definitely appreciate you choosing football and coming to us. Definitely.
There you go.
Well, we appreciate you for stopping by, man. Come back anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, Malachi Dupre, good man on and off the field. We'll be right back with more Halftime at Hodges.